the Cowboys aren't making the playoffs. They're not making it. I can list, here's a couple of teams that come to mind who are better than the Cowboys in the NFC at this point. We have the Rams. We have the 49ers. We have the Bears. We have the Lions. We have the Packers. We have the Eagles. That's 6 teams right off the top of my head. And then obviously there's some other teams. The Buccaneers could be in the mix as well. That's 7 teams right then and there. And I know that there's more that I'm forgetting who we might even be surprised by.
Atlanta.
Well, yeah, Atlanta as well. So all of these teams, we have 8 teams that are better than the Cowboys at this point, and I think it's going to be a sinking ship. This is very reminiscent of the Chargers after the 27-0 blown lead, where it just feels like there's something in the air. It doesn't feel right, and I have a feeling that next year when we see them, a lot of these guys are starting to turn on Mike McCarthy. Dak Prescott, he's needing to get paid. There's going to be tension in the locker room with that. CeeDee Lamb is going to want to get paid. And then they also lost a lot of players on defense. They lost Leighton Vander Esch. They lost their offensive tackle, Teron Smith. So with the Mike McCarthy shit, with Dan Quinn leaving, with the players that they've lost, with them doing literally nothing in free agency, with them doing literally nothing in the draft, I think it's one of those takes that we're going to start to see in about 3 or 4 months, like most of these takes that we have so early.
It's going to be a sinking ship, but we knew it was going to be a sinking ship as soon as they brought back Mike McCarthy, and then the favorite head coach the favorite, not head coach, but the favorite coach on the staff left to go to the Commanders. And like Micah Parsons, like the reason why Dan Quinn stayed for so long was because of Micah Parsons' bond with Dan Quinn. And Dan Quinn's like, okay, I have a chance to really coach up this defense. And then they were a really good defense at times last year, and they have been dominant. But this is just a team. Now you have injury issues with Trayvon Diggs. And now we're like, well, how good can this team be if you need to pay Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons, who have all proven that they will disappear when you need them the most? Least of those would be CeeDee Lamb. I feel like he's the one who shows up and shows out the most, but Dak Prescott doesn't show up in big games. And Micah Parsons has one sack in 4 playoff games.
Yeah, and I don't think that any of that's going to fix them, especially when they're already in cap hell. You have to sign 3 of these guys. I think the Cowboys are in for a hard rebuild, and I don't think that their answers are going to be solved anytime soon.
No, I don't think they'll be solved anytime soon, which, I don't know. I wish the Cowboys were good, but again, until Dak Prescott isn't on the team, you're not going to be good because you can't play a mediocre quarterback top dollar and expect to win. And that's just the reality of the NFL. And Dak Prescott is like the bottom echelon of those guys getting top tier money. And this is always going to be the case while he's on the team. And it's just a tough truth for the Cowboys fans. But, they'll be delusional next year. And honestly, I respect it. Good for you guys.